if I have to say who the favorite is, I still think Iga is not as big a favorite as before, of course. But I do think that if I had to say who's the favorite, I think Iga is the slight favorite still.
Hi, Matt. Nice to see you. Great honor and pleasure as always.
Yeah, thank you too.
Questions about Iga, of course.
Yeah.
I think everybody agrees that the problems she was dealing with recently comes from the mental part of her game. It looks like her confidence dropped, and there is something that blocking her. How do you see it? How would you explain it? What is happening with her, and what would be advised to her if you were her coach?
What I see is that none of the tournaments that she has played is called Roland Garros. And I think everything is going to change when she gets to Paris. And the only reason I say that is from personal experience. In my own career, it didn't make any difference how I played before I got to Paris. As soon as I got to Paris, it felt like, okay, I've won here before. I've done really well before. And I think that I'm back in my hometown and my favorite court on my favorite surface. So it's obviously mental confidence. Everybody loses their confidence. She's been on the top of the game, dominating for so many years, and because of her, everybody else has improved so much. So I don't think that is there a worry? There's a worry that the other girls have improved so much that it's tough to get there, but you have to keep improving, otherwise you can't stay on the top of the game. So to me, the first three matches are going to be key for Iga. Not only does she need to win them, if she wins in three tough sets, it's going to give her a confidence boost. If she wins in two easy sets, it's going to give her a confidence boost. So, however she gets through those matches, she arrives in the second week. I think that she's going to be very close to back to where she was before because I think that she's already in Paris. She's been there for, I think, nearly a week already.
Yeah.
And I think that you guys are worried, but to me, I'm not. I think I'm not worried until I see her play. But at the moment, I think she's going to be back to very close to where she wants to be and she needs to be to win the tournament. I really do.
Okay, great to see, to hear that. And question about Wim Fiset. After split with Viktorovski, Fiset seemed to be a great choice considering his experience and success with other Grand Slam champions. But there is no result still. Is it the moment that should she just trust the process and be patient, or maybe after, if Roland Garros won't be success, maybe it's time to find some other solutions.
I think you answered the question. I think she has to trust the process, and the process is not winning more. The process is to become better. And I think that you have a coach, just like you go to school, you learn a lot from a coach, and then when you stop with that coach, you get another coach that's very experienced, and you learn a lot from that coach. So no, I think that's always a personal feeling. The matchup has to work on many different levels. And the coach has to believe that Iga has to go in the same direction that Iga believes she has to go. And maybe right now she's maybe a little bit confused. I'm not sure. But she's too young. She's too young to be worried. She has another 8 years to improve until she gets to her perfect age for a tennis professional. So I'm not worried. It's normal what's happening to her. It's happened to all of us. And then suddenly something happens and it changes everything, and you're back playing the way that you used to, or you're even better. So again, I think that for Polish interest, it looks worrying, but for an international interest, it's normal what's happening. It's hard to dominate all the time. No one has ever been able to stay on top for 10 years in a row. Not even the great Novak Djokovic has been number one in the world for 10 years. So I think that it's not a huge issue. I think she has to trust the process.
So much. You expect Iga to play great again in Paris,
I do.
but is she still your number one favorite, considering last result of Sabalenka, Coco, or Jasmine Paolini?
I think that she is, but I think it's one of these situations where I kind of need to see her play her first round. The first round is really, really difficult, not just for Iga. It's difficult for any player in a Grand Slam because you're nervous and you're dying to do really well. And it's tough to play well. I think if she wins the first match and you ask me the question, then I'm going to say straight away that doesn't matter how she wins to me. It's just a matter of winning the first round. If she wins easy, great. If she wins tough, great. And then suddenly the confidence is going to be much higher. Is it as high as it's been before? Most probably not. But if she then survives into the second week, she understands what it means to win the French Open, and the other girls don't. And that is a huge advantage. And I'm only saying that because I know the experience of having not played great before the tournament. And then suddenly you come to the tournament where you won four times,
Four times.
four times. The confidence after winning your first round is huge. So if I have to say who the favorite is, I still think Iga is not as big a favorite as before, of course, but I do think that if I had to say who's the favorite, I think Iga is the slight favorite still.
I heard you fell in love with Jasmine Paolini.
Long time ago.
Why?
Because you have to, when you're that small and you're able to play at the top of the game with players that are much taller and maybe even stronger, it's very refreshing to see that, first of all. Second of all, to see someone that has that spirit and that's able to smile even on the center court and Foro Italico in a big final when the pressure was so high because she's lost two big finals before, obviously last year, and for her to lose another huge final would be really, really bad for your confidence, and it would be really, really bad for your confidence to think you can win big tournaments. Now suddenly she's beaten the best players in the world. She's won one of the biggest tournaments in the world. Now we go to Paris where she made the finals. Okay, I'm one of the favorites to win. And I actually believe that she believes that she's one of the favorites to win the French Open. So to me, watching her was unbelievably inspiring and entertaining at the same time.
My first question is about Simona Halep, who at 33 years old was forced to cut her career short because of the doping scandal that hit her final years. Now that you look back and you compare her case of doping with other doping cases we saw in the past year with Świątek and Yannick Sinner, do you consider that the tennis authorities were too harsh on Simona Halep?
It's such a technical question in a way, and I think you have to know everything. But obviously, what we know in the public, it seems like it was quite unfair what happened to Simona Halep. And in my personal opinion, it's completely unfair. But that's because the system is not perfect. The world is not perfect. Everything is not just. It's unfair at times. And I feel horrible for Simona because I think that it happened when she was at her best and she would have been able to play with these girls until now if she was able to play. So, yeah, I feel horrible. I think it was unfair. And it's I feel horrible for her, and I wish her good luck, of course, for the rest of her life, whatever she chooses to do. But it's a sad situation for the rest of the world because she was so inspiring. She was similar to someone like Jasmine Paolini, where she was playing with girls or women that were much bigger, looked much stronger, but somehow through having a big heart, she was able to compete and be the best player in the world. So yes, it's unfair. I feel sorry for her. And I really wish her good luck and I say hi as well.